gas. You can see it in the distance, I think. Coming up upon it, Devil's Tower. The view outside the trading post. Gonna enter the loop soon. There's a lot of prairie dog mounds outside of Devil's Tower. There's a couple right in front of me. The Circle of Sacred Smoke, a small statue a bit outside the main road of Devil's Tower. Cool drive-by view as I'm going to the visitor center. Just bought a magnet at the visitor center, but look at that. Devil's Tower. Crazy. Doing a bit of hiking. There's Devil's Tower, and right here is a sitting area, small scale version of the tower, and a bit of information. I'm walking to an area where I can get a better view clear of these trees over here. Look at that. Damn, that tree got de-rooted. Oof. Look at all these rocks below it. There's Devil's Tower from a closer viewpoint. It's honestly way more impressive seeing it up close like this, seeing all the ridges. Now that I'm this close, I'm really noticing how much of a green and yellow hue there is to the structure. I think that dude over there wants to climb up. Here's another angle by walking a bit further. There's a slope on that side that I couldn't see before. Then here, the path just kind of continues on. There's a board here detailing how Devil's Tower formed. The short version is that magma kind of got into some parts of rock, and then the surrounding rock eventually eroded after about 50 million years. And there's three possible ideas on how the magma kind of got into the rock. Either like that, or like that, or like that. Well, that is a nice view. Oh man. That must have been where I was driving from to get here, through South Dakota and Wyoming. Oh, sit down here. Yeah, that's beautiful. That amazing view in front of me and Devil's Tower behind me. This is a goated spot. Now headed on back. Got my view of Devil's Tower. It's pretty cool. But now on to Theodore Roosevelt. I've been seeing so many cloths and fabrics tied to trees, especially in this early area. For a recap of the last few days, South Dakota, so I wasn't planning to do Wind Cave. I didn't think I'd be spending more than 4 or 5 days there. Met some people, went out to drink. So that ended up being almost 6 days. Went to Wyoming, and I did not think I would do Devil's Tower, but I ended up doing it. And did not think I would also go to Theodore Roosevelt back in North Dakota. But I'm kind of realizing if I'm out here doing this thing, I don't think I'm ever really gonna come back. At least if I do, not till I'm like really old or something. Just so I think the right move is to do that, both Devil's Tower, which I did, and now Theodore Roosevelt. Visit Calgary another time in the future. By cutting off Calgary, I also do have like 2 extra days, and with those extra days, I think I could visit Yellowstone from Bozeman instead of doing it from driving across Idaho later on. So I've got some things I got to figure out what I want to change around later in the trip, but we'll see. Look at that pink, orange horizon. Driving past a state park that has a lot of interesting rocks. Stopped here in Baker, Montana on the way to Theodore Roosevelt. Wanted to get a little something to eat, so I'm trying out this steakhouse place. But I might just get a salad. Never mind. Kitchen's not really open. They said they could do the fryer, but I don't want fried food. So I'm gonna try this other place that I was looking at Baker Club. It's a bar, but they can also do pizzas. Although I just decided to get wings for now. Don't want to eat too many more carbs. I had pasta for lunch already. It's a lady and her husband who owned this bar. She took my order and we were talking. She's been to California before. She's a huge Dodgers fan. Right there. Very cool. Small, cool place. They make pizza. It's nice. The wings came in a pizza box. Parmesan and barbecue. It's good. A lot of meat on these ones.
And then
probably. All right, that was the coolest place ever. Bar, pizza. Had some good conversation with them. I like that, small town stuff. It's cool. Well, same deal like Badlands. I arrived super late, past 12, so there's no ranger present. I can just go in. For this park's campground, I put in $10 into an envelope, put it in the box, tore off this payment stub as like a receipt. So now I'm gonna finally park and sleep. Okay, parked in post 17. It's completely dark out, but basically I'll put my stub onto the post. So as you can see, all I gotta do is clip it onto there. Thursday, April 24th, 9:25 a.m. Can finally see the campgrounds. There's my car. It's like a truck and a trailer. Another car. Gonna get the day started. Forgot to mention that at the bar I was at last night in Montana before arriving to North Dakota, I did end up ordering a pizza to try it out. They recommended the club one, lettuce, tomato, and ranch. Picked up some stuff at the general store there. A nice coffee. Now, gonna go back into Theodore Roosevelt National Park, hike a bit, get some pics in, but I don't think it'll be too long. Even during the daytime, there was no guard there. But I'm gonna check out the visitor center real quick. Time to get the show on the road. I'm doing a bit of reading before I drive out. So I'm on the south side of Theodore Roosevelt Park here. There's a northern part, but it's just too far out and it's not as popular. So today, I'm just gonna stick with the loop, go to the overlook places. But the other thing I'm also gonna keep an eye on is for wildlife. Let's try to see if I can find some animals that I have not seen yet, like bighorn sheep. But supposedly they're just not that common. But we'll see. So many prairie dog mounds here. A few of them right there. Just hanging out. This is Skyline Vista. Just makes for such a great 360 panoramic view. With all the flat mountains and their multi-layered colors. There's bison here too, just like Badlands. But this guy's got horns. Would not want to be charged by him. Oh, there's a horse. Oh, I need. Oh. This is like a ranch here in the park. There's more horses. Yo. Here with the horses. One of the pet areas. What's going on? Oh. I don't know if I'm allowed to pet him, so I'm just gonna stay back, but first time being up this close to a horse on this trip. There are a couple of things I learned after the ranch. To continue doing the loop clockwise, it was actually closed off, so I can't go there. I'm going back to the visitor center to see how far I could go the other way, counterclockwise. But the other thing I learned is that even if you want to stop and check something, you cannot actually move your car to the side and have your tires on the grass. You need to stay on the asphalt. So you need to use the designated viewing sites that's to the side of the road on asphalt, not on the grass. But It's a learning experience. The more I learn, the more I'll know. There are so many horses along the top here on this hill. Well, I'm here at the visitor center again. Long story short, the loop on the south side, that road has been closed for like 5 years. So if I want to go through it from the north to the east, it's going to be an hour and a half till the end, and then I have to drive all the way back. So I'm just not going to go. I'm going to look around the museum a bit, and then check out a cabin just outside of here that Theodore Roosevelt supposedly occupied for a little bit when he was younger. Here is Maltese Cross Cabin, just outside the visitor center here. Theodore Roosevelt would occupy this cabin for some time during his mid-20s. You've got this main room here with the dinner table. Then you've got the bedroom right there. And then I assume this room is the kitchen. So in summary, I did not drive very far, but I saw some cool wildlife at the ranch and on the road. A coyote, bison with horns, horses both in the fencing area and in the wild. Prairie dogs. So it's time to move on to Montana. These were the views I was missing out on when I was driving to North Dakota at midnight.